Alright, let's talk about it. This game has been taking over the internet for the past week, and me, myself, I'm not a turn-based kind of guy, so I wasn't really looking forward to it, but I said, hey, you know, let me try it. I saw other folks that I know playing the game, and they said it was pretty good. I said, let me go ahead and give it a shot. I'm about 5.5 hours in, only in Act 1, and I have to say the hype is really there. As somebody that doesn't like JRPGs or most turn-based games, unless it's like Baldur's Gate 3, this really stuck out to me because of the real-time elements with it. You can parry, you can dodge, you're not just sitting there static until you're waiting to your next move. It's really good. The graphics, oh my goodness, bro, this is one of the most beautiful games I've seen in a long time. This was made by 33 people. I see what you did there. 33 individuals made this beautiful level. I think it's called Flying Waters. That's what I think it is. I walked into there, I was just mind blown. I'm like, wow, 33 people made this, while Ubisoft can't even make a coherent Assassin's Creed game with a staff of over 3,000. It's so good to the point where it is crushing sales records. It's already hit 1 million copies sold in 3 days time. The demand is so much that people can't even get physical copies of it. Shout out to your boy Yellow Flash, by the way. And it has destroyed the narrative that, oh, if you drop a game on Game Pass, then there's no way it could do massive sales. I mean, because just look at the Steam numbers for a brand new IP with a studio's first game getting over 100,000 players for a JRPG. This is ridiculous. The voice acting spectacular, the story is actually engaging, and I'm loving the character designs, and the art direction is just chef's kiss. So of course, when you have something popular around, you're going to have a few idiots that's going to throw their hat in the ring and try to make a big deal out of nothing. And when I say a few idiots, I actually mean a few. There's only 2 to 3 of them that have come out saying the dumbest takes I've possibly seen, and now they're making everyone else think that me and others that associate with me feel this way about these video games. So we're about to talk about a little bit of it, but before we get too deep into it, make sure that you like the video, share the video, subscribe if you want to, and if you don't do all 3 of those things, I'm going to make sure that the next Expedition game is going to be called Expedition 99, The Trials of Brie Larson.
Is that like a personal attack or something? Or...
Now let's get into it. We've already talked about how the narrative of Game Pass has just been destroyed by this video game. I mean, it's doing massive numbers. I'm pretty sure they had no expectation for something like this to happen, especially with the Oblivion Shadow drop that happened earlier this week as well. That is also crushing goals on Steam and other platforms, also destroying the narrative of Game Pass games. I mean, look, we had South of Midnight that dropped last month, and it could barely crack 2,000 people on Steam. And then we also had Stalker 2 that came out some months back that also crushed sales goals. So the narrative that a game dropping on Game Pass is sending it out to die has absolutely been obliterated. But not as obliterated as George Torch Gaming. If you're not aware who he is somebody that jumped into the Gamergate 2 fiasco a little late last year when he saw that it was gaining traction and we were getting dub after dub after dub. He wanted to throw his hat in the ring because he doesn't have a YouTube and he doesn't do anything else. He just gets that sweet engagement money off of Twitter, so he started pretending like he cared about video games when he clearly does not. This is the same individual a few months back that got blasted by everyone on the internet because he was trying to call Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 woke because there was a very optional gay sex scene that you could have with Hans and a black character in the game. And if you didn't think that was stupid, he's also right now, as we speak, trying to say that Doom the Dark Ages is going to be a woke video game because there is a female in the campaign.
I'm as stupid as a stupid does.
I'm not joking. That's literally what's happening right now. So, of course, with Clair Obscur Expedition 33, he had to find something to complain about. Him and his butt buddy, JDA. John Delarose, another guy that doesn't care about video games and is only around trying to make that sweet engagement money. And someone else who was exposed as a raging hypocrite talking about the LGBTQ when it turns out, in fact, this guy is a closeted furry and has an alt account where he pretends to be a woman with she, her pronouns in it, the same thing that he makes fun of everybody else for doing. So he's going around saying things like this. Oh yeah, I have him blocked, by the way. I got tired of seeing his dumbass comments, so I just went ahead and blocked him. I don't want to associate with him. He doesn't associate with me. I don't want nobody to think that I'm this retarded. But let's see what he says. Gamers.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the
your ass on.
The Expedition 33 reports are true. How does a game that opens with a sundered early 1930s Paris set to a beautiful French song end up with a town full of characters straight from South and Midnight? It breaks the immersion. It disrespects European culture.
That's gotta be racist. There's no way.
Oh God, man, here we go, bro. Here we go. No BS, not trying to be funny. When I see these dumb fucking takes on the internet, it really hurts my brain. Like, there are actual complaints that you could make about certain games and certain things that happen, counting the number of black people in a fictional fantasy video game where the individuals are dying year by year because their age is being restricted is one of the stupidest fucking things I've ever seen in my life, especially when the developers haven't come out and said this is based on history. They haven't come out and virtue signaled about their cast of characters or the world setting, or have done anything of the sort to give you the indication that they are trying to make a subversive woke video game. And it makes me understand why you have individuals on the internet that don't listen to a lot of the things that I or others might say, because we hang around in the same circles pretty much. So when this dumb motherfucker with a megaphone says something stupid like this, you're gonna have individuals doing things like this. The anti-woke crowd saw black people and female party members in Expedition 33 and lost their damn mind. A lot of them don't understand there are different opinions when it comes to this culture war and things like that. They're just gonna paint a very broad brush whenever they see one idiot say something dumb. That's why it's important to call out the bad actors on both sides so that you don't get lumped in with the retards like this. But you want to know what's funny? You want to know the most hilarious thing about this entire situation? It's the fact that not even a week ago they were sitting up here praising Expedition 33 in comparison to another game. Here they go right here talking about which game would you buy, Expedition 33 or Assassin's Creed Shadows. Oh, Expedition 33 all day long, and not even a day and a half later they're over there going, oh, they're erasing white people again, when the entire staff of the game looks like this.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
I'm just not understanding the argument here. It would be different if Sandfall Interactive, before the game release, came out and said this was a major game that they wanted to make, and they wanted to include as many women and black people as possible to be representative of the marginalized people, and were virtue signaling the entire time this game was being revealed. But they've done none of that. They've done quite the opposite, in fact. All they've talked about is how much love and passion they have for this project and how hard they worked on it. 5 years of development for one video game made by 33 individuals, and not once did they come out and virtue signal about this video game. So I'm not understanding how it makes it woke when nothing like that has been talked about in the slightest. All you're doing is giving ammo to the people that already won't listen to the legit criticisms coming from individuals like me that talk about what's happening in these video games, movies, TV shows, and things of the like. Again, they're just gonna paint a very broad brush and go, oh, all these dudes are sexist, racist, homophobic, bigots, all those buzzwords, because the idiots like the George Torches and the JDAs are going against the grain for no other reason than to drive engagement. And then you have dumbasses like this trying to prop up the character Mally, not understanding that she is 16 years old, making others look at the entire movement that we have like this. Every day it becomes increasingly obvious that the whole anti-woke mob is deeply rooted in like, no, that's not the argument for anyone, actually, besides people like that. See what I mean? Broad strokes. That's why you have to make these videos, these tweets, and call out the bullcrap. You know you messed up when you even have Endymion, who I like to call Envymion because of what he did under my Brett Cooper post, because I was in her video and he was not.
It should have been me, not him. It's not fair.
But I digress. If you have this guy going to get you saying that you sound dumb, but all he does is exaggerate everything that happens with a lot of these video games as well, then you must be dumb. If both sides of the aisle are calling you stupid, then maybe you are. All in all, I really enjoyed this video game. It's been a while since something that is completely original has came through and absolutely had me just thinking about it all day, every day. I just got done watching Sinners last week and I've been on the high of that, and now I'm playing this game and I'm absolutely hooked. I am eating very good right now. And then we have Doom the Dark Ages coming out in a few weeks, a day after my birthday. Boy, we are eating good, and I'm not gonna let a fringe minority try to come in and stop all of the W's we've been having for the past year. I mean, think about it. We've had win after win after win when it's come to a lot of these weirdos and the things they've been trying to push in all of our entertainment. Trying to stop agendas, whether they be political, religious, social, all these other things in our games is exactly what started this entire movement last year. So why in the holy hell would you sit back and let idiots like JDA and Yorch Torch do the exact same thing we've been fighting against? That's dumb. And again, I know we shouldn't be giving them airtime. We shouldn't be giving them exposure. We shouldn't be saying anything about them, but it's important to, so you can differentiate yourself from those others. You don't want to be painted with the same brush that they are, so you need to make your stance clear. You need to make it clear how you feel about a lot of this stuff. And how I'm feeling is I need this game to keep going. I want to see what the next game they're going to make in this franchise, or if they're going to make another game that's not even connected to this. I'm excited for it. I like seeing new original IPs flourish out of nowhere with a good story, good gameplay, graphics, soundtrack. I didn't even get to talk about how great the soundtrack is. Once I'm finished with the game, I'll probably make an entire video just glazing it, so look out for that. But how do you feel about the idiots on both sides of the aisle that are trying to cause division with this game? Put it down in the comments below and let me know. And as always, y'all be easy. I will see you on the next one. Peace out, man.